Welcome friends to OneStop Java Solutions. I am Snehasis and today I am going to explain you TCS Java Proctored Assessment 8 May. Okay, so here you can see the assessment. Okay, so first read the question carefully. Okay, so you have to create a class player with the below attributes: player ID, integer type, skill string type, level string type, and points integer type. Then write greater and setter and parameterize constructor in the above mentioned attribute sequence as required. Okay, then create a class solution with the main method and implement two static methods: find points for given skill and get player based on level in solution class. Okay, so this is the first. So then here you can see you have to create a solution class and main method you have to write. So for that I am going to Eclipse, and here you can see TCS Proctored Assessment. Already I have a workspace. Inside the workspace I already have a project TCS PA. Okay, so here I am creating one package. Okay, here I am creating a package, suppose 8 May. My package dot okay my package 8. Okay, so yes, and inside this package I am creating a class solution. Class solution. Okay, and here main method you have to select the main method. Okay, I am creating the main method inside that class. Okay, so this part is done. Then if you go to here, then here you can see that you have to write a player class. Okay, so here I am creating another class player. Okay, and this class will contain below attributes. So one is player id, so int player id. Okay, then skill, this is string type, so string type skill. Okay, then string type level. Okay, and then in points. Okay, and then here you can see write getter, setters, and parameterize constructor. So for in Eclipse it's easy to define getter and setter. Go to the right click, go to the source, and then generate getter and setters. Okay, select all the parameters, click on OK. So getter and setter method will be created. Okay, and then you can write it manually, no issues, and then create the parameterized constructor. So again go to source, and here you can see generate constructor using fields. Okay, so all fields, select all fields and click on OK. Okay, so constructor also created. Okay, so this part is done. Then in the next part you can see create a class solution with the main method. This part is done. Then find point for a given skill. You have to write these two are static method. Okay, implement static method, this and this. So inside the solution class we are writing these two methods. Okay, so this is one of the part. Then here I am writing, go to the solution class, there is main method already there. Then you have to write these two method. One is this one and another is get, this one. Okay, so what this method will take parameters Okay, these also take some parameters. So see here what parameters will. This method will take two input parameters. Okay, so two input parameters. So you have to write these two parameters. Okay, what is that? Array of player object and string parameters skills. Okay, so for that write the array of players. Okay, so player class already created, so player type array object, so creating one array and giving the name suppose player. Okay, and then string type skill. Okay, and this method will return, you can see here in solution class object and string type class, the method will return the sum of the points attribute. Okay, so this method will return public static, so it's a static method. So write here public static. Okay, no, I guess this is the second method. Find points for get skill method. Find points for get skill. This is the first one. Okay, so replace it. This also public static. Here also you have to write public static. Okay, this for the first method return type is integer. Okay, and these are the parameters of this method. I guess second one also take the same parameters. Okay, int, and here I am just return right now 0. We'll write the code later. Okay, so okay, return 0, and in the second one here you can see it should return 0 if their skill passed to parameter. If no players will be given skill present object, then method should be return 0. Okay, and in the second one you can see this method will take two string parameters label skill along with the array of the player object. Okay, so this method will take a player array, the same part, then string skill, and then it will take the string level. Okay, this will the, and this method here you can see there's a skill present object, then it should return, no, this one. The method will return the player object if the string input parameter matches with the label and skill attribute of the player object and its point attribute is greater than or equal to 20. If any of the conditions are not met, then it should return null. So here just write null as of now. Rest of the part I will implement later. Return null. Okay, so this is done. Okay, static and return type is string, sorry, not string. This method return type is player object, so player. Okay, so these two part is done. Then if you go here, then here you can see there is some constant. No two player means while you are giving inputs, no two player object would have the same values of the skill and level attribute. All players object would have the point greater than zeros, and all the searches should be case insensitive. These are the constant of while you are giving the input, then you have to follow this. The above mentioned static method should be called from the main method. Okay, these are the, okay, the main method print the points if it is the return the price is greater than 0. Okay, a return price is greater than 0. The main method should print the points. Okay, point if point is greater than 0, then it will give the means result, and if it is 0, then it should give the skill is not available. Okay, and similarly for the player object, it will show no player is available with the specified level, skill, and eligibility if this condition not matches. Okay, so these two. Then before, here you can see before calling those static methods in main, The scanner object is read the values of the player object. Okay, referring attribute in the above mentioned attribute sequence, the read values level. Okay, so first you have to create 4 player object. Okay, so inside the main method, what we will do, we will write the 4 player object. So player, suppose I am giving the name as player as well, player. Okay, then I am creating the 4 objects, so it's player equal to new player. Okay, player equal to new player. Then using scanner class, you have to take the input from console. So scanner sc, okay, equal to null. Okay, and you have to import the scanner class. And also here you have to mention the size as 4. Okay, 4 object you have to create, because here you can see before calling it was mentioned that these are the, here you can see it was read the values of the player object, return attribute and sequence, next skill, and both the static methods. Okay, where it was written that 4 object you have to create, okay, whatever. So I am creating 4 objects, and then using a for loop, I will take the input from console. So for int I equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. Okay, so this is my for loop, and inside that I will take input from console. So sc equal to new scanner. I have first one is the player id, so that is a string type. Okay, so that I will take, so I will take one input from console, and this input should be string type. So first one is equal to new scanner. Okay, first one is the player id. So from here you can copy. Here you have already written these 4 value you have to. So I am giving the same name, scanner is equal to new scanner. So int player id equal to sc dot next int. Okay, so it's the integer type, so I'm taking the next int. Okay, sc dot next int. So this is the first one. For second one also I am using the same thing. So I am for every input I am creating new scanner object. You can do creating one object, and in that case sometimes means after reading the integer values, if you try to read the string values, then sometimes it will give some problem error, means it will not read directly. You have to write one extra line. So for simplicity I am just creating 4 scanner object. Each type means for each variable I am creating one scanner object. So is equal to new scanner system.in, then string skill equal to sc dot next line. This is a string type, so next line. Okay, and then for the third one, this also label string type, so equal to sc dot next line. So it will take input from the console, and again sc and in points equal to sc dot next int. Okay, so in this way you can means read the values from the console for the 4 variables. Okay, and then you have to create one player object. Okay, so player p equal to new player and give the this value only, player id. So pass this value. So I have already written the parameterized constructor, so I am calling this that constructor, new player, then player id, next one is skill, next is level, and next is points. Okay, so in this way we are creating player object, and this object we will store in the player array. So my array name is player, then I equal to p. So in that way I will create 4 player object. Okay, and stored in the array index. Okay, so this part is done. Then you have to then you also take these two another variable, skill and level, because these two you have to pass. Okay, so for that, skill and level. Okay, excuse me, skill and level. Okay, so these two input you have to again take from console, because these two I'll pass for those two methods. Okay, skill and level. Then here I am calling those two variable those two methods. Okay, int, so that the first method will return some integer values. So int, that's why I am int, then I am taking one variable that sum, it will return the sum points. Okay, so sum underscore points, I am giving the variable's name as this, and then I am calling the first method. So this is the first method. Okay, so I am calling this method, and with the parameter, it will take 2 parameters. One is the player. Okay, so I am this player array. Okay, that contains 4 player object, and skill, this skill. Okay, so I am calling this, and then I have to check if sum points equal to 0. If these sum points, okay, if these sum points equal to 0, then you have to print that message that the given skill is, here you can see the message is like that. If sum points equal to 0, then you have to print the given skill is not available. Okay, so this is the message. So I am writing this here. Okay, so the given skill is not available, else you have to print sum points, that sum points variable you have to print this. So else I am printing this. Okay, and again I am calling the second method. Okay, and that method will return one player object here, player p equal to the second method. So second method is get player based on level. Okay, so player p equal to this method, and then I am calling with array player. Okay, these are the attribute array player. Then you have to provide the skill and then level. Okay, so this method will call with these attributes, and then here also you have to check if p equal to the return type, whatever return type, so p equal to null, then I will print that message. So these are the constraints of this method. Okay, you have to print this one: not eligible, no player is available with specific skill level, and like that. This method you have to print. And if it is not null, then you have to print the id, then you have to print the player id. Okay, p dot get player id, get player id. Okay, so these you have to print, and then you have to implement these two methods. Okay, so to implement these two methods is very simple. So for the first one, you have to calculate the sum points. Okay, so int sum underscore points. Okay, and I am initializing this with a value 0. Okay, initial value is 0. Okay, this one, and here I am taking one flag int f equal to 0. Okay, and then I have the 4 objects, okay, in the array. So for int I equal to 0, I less than 4, and I plus plus. Okay, and here if I can write here, if player I, if player I dot skill, so I have passed the skill and I have to check if it is match or not. So if it's dot skill dot player I dot skill dot equals your skill, whatever you have passed. Okay, so if it's matched, then what I will do, I will just do the sum points. Okay, these sum points equal to sum points plus I will call the player I dot get score, get points, sorry, not score, get points. Okay, so I will call this method and I will add this with the sum points, and I will means after that I will check here if this part execute, then I will do flag equal to 1. Okay, and after that loop I will check if flag equal to 0, if f equal to 0, that means this part is not execute, that means no condition match, so I will return the 0. Okay, so return 0, else I will return if f equal to 0, then I will return 0, and else I will return this value some points. Okay, so else I will return some points. Okay, so this is done, and then for the next method, what I will do, here also I will do the same for loop. Okay, execute the same for loop, but condition should be something different inside this. Okay, so for loop I will check if player I dot get skill. Okay, so in that case I have to, here also you can write that get skill method, get skill. Okay, get skill method, because if you write the member as private, then always you have to use with the means you will get this value by get skill instead of directly using the variable. Okay, so here also I am writing the same method, get skill. Okay, and if it is equal to the skill that I have passed, okay, if it's equal to the skill that I have passed, then I will check this one is the first. Then I will check player I dot get label. Okay, player I dot get label. Okay, if it is player I dot get label dot equals label dot equals whatever label I have passed, and player I dot get points is greater than 0, and player I dot get points greater than equal to 0, greater than equal to 20. Okay, here you can see it's mentioned that if it's greater than equal to 20, equals to 20, any condition not met, then it will be return null. Okay, so if these are the conditions, then return player I, else null. Okay, so if these are the conditions, then return player I, return player I. Okay, then return player I. If this is not satisfied, then finally I will return the null. Okay, so these two are the things. Okay, so these are my implementation is done. Now if I execute this code with the values, okay, so I am executing, and here is my input set. So here I am copying from here. So input is 101. Okay, so give the input one by one, 101, then cricket basic, then basic, then basic, then 20 102, then 20 102, then give again cricket, then intermediate 25, then 11111, then football, then intermediate. Okay, then 50 113, then 50, then 113, then baseball, then advance baseball, then advance. Okay, then give 100, and these are your last input, that cricket means. Okay, so advanced 100 and cricket, then intermediate. You have to give this. Why it is not taking the last one? Oh, okay, so string skill before that SC equal to new scanner, and then you have okay. So here this will be the, this you have to write before that. Okay, and SC equal to new scanner, and this you have to write here. Okay, so for that it's giving, so here you can see the condition is not met, that's why it's giving the given skill is not available, and player not the message whatever I have passed. Okay, no player is available with the specified level. Okay, so if I re-execute this, okay, if you re-execute this method once again and passed this value 101, then cricket. Okay, so 101, then cricket, then basic, then 20, then 102, 20, 102, then cricket again, then intermediate, then 25, then triple one, then football, triple one, then football, then intermediate, okay, then 50, 113, then 50, 113, then baseball, advanced. So these till 100, these are the four object of player created. Okay, then you have to pass the skill is cricket and level is intermediate. Okay, these two you have to pass as your parameter, and here you can see 45 and 102. Okay, so based on your means input values, it will give the from 45 and 102. So this next, so this is your, this is done. So this is the code. So first we have implemented a player class, okay, with these four attribute, means four variables, okay, and give and means implement the setter and getter methods. Also parameterized constructor we have defined here, okay. Then in the main method we have created four player object using a for loop, okay, and stored in a player array, okay, player I equal to that object p, and then I take the two variables of skill and label, okay, from console, and call the these two method with the player array and skill, and another one is player array skill and label, okay. And based on the return type we have print the either the error means message that this is not available, or the required field, that is the sum. For the first one it's sum points and second one is the player id, okay. And in that method we have checked if the condition is matched, okay. So we have written one for loop and checked the get skill equal to whatever skill we have passed, then we have do the sum points and return the sum points, or if it's sum points is 0, then we are returning the 0, okay. And for the second method also we are checking if whatever skill we have passed, if it's equal to the that skill, and whatever player is containing the label and the label we have passed, if these are equal, and also the get points is greater than 0, then we are returning the player object, otherwise we are returning the null, okay. And we are print the suitable message here, okay. So hope this code is clear, okay. Thanks for watching this video. If you like my videos, you can share with your friends, also subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon, so that once I upload the next video you will get the notification. And also in the description box I will paste the question or assessment, and also for means my channel link you can get there, okay. So you can go there and you can watch the relevant videos from there, okay. Thanks for watching.